You kick, now dismount. You did it! You did it! You did it! You did it! I know. Alright guys, Johnny Rocket here with another video series. We're going to teach LaQuesha how to swim in 4 days. Now she already knows some basics, like how to push off the wall with her face in the water and things like that. She doesn't have a fear of water yet, but she does have a fear of the deep end. So when we get to the deep end days, you'll notice how we will take things that we've already learned from the shallow end and just start repeating them in the deep end. Typically starting with face up work. That way she doesn't have to look down and see the deep water. But you're going to watch her journey and you're going to see that it's possible to learn how to swim 2 hours a day for 4 days. I can teach it in less, but the retention isn't as good. I found this to be the perfect program rate. The 4 days, 2 hours each day, and everybody will learn how to swim. Everybody out there can swim. You just need the right person with the right words to help you learn what you already have the ability to do. It's like riding a bike or any activity that you already know how to do that others don't, and you think, oh, well, anybody could do this. Well, think of swimming that way too. Water doesn't work against you as long as you work with it or allow it to have its power. So we're going to help her stay low. We're going to help her stay comfortable. We're going to teach her a lot of new things that she has never done before, and we're probably going to have her do some things that she didn't know she was even able to do.
Well, my name's LaQuesha. I'm coming here from Columbus, Ohio, and I just learned how to learn, some of the basics of swimming earlier this year. I've had a fear of water for quite a while, but I'm getting more comfortable, like with it on my face and in my ears. But I had a lot of real strong sensitivities to it being in those places, and still concerned about if I can actually swim in the deep waters. So right now I can just shoot off the wall. I'm really still struggling with breathing. I've watched several of Johnny's videos and still just not figuring it out. So I came here so I can really have someone watching me that's paying attention, and be able to be present and let me know where I can improve. That's why I'm here today.
All right, well, let's rock it. When you're walking around in water, you should stay low. So the way we're staying right now, this is a good example of what not to do. So we are going to do it because we're getting used to the water and she's not uncomfortable. But a lot of people, like the lady I had from New Jersey last week, which we didn't film her. She opted out because she didn't. She wanted it to be more private and all that. That's fine. If that's you, just so you know, more of my clients choose the private option versus not, and it doesn't matter to me. But for 2 days, we were actually helping her learn how to walk in water. That was actually the swim lesson. So if you didn't know, I go as basic as that. Now you do. But anyways, the right way to walk in water would be to remain low. So I'm going to do that now in order to get used to it. Yeah! To get your shoulders underneath the water. So just your neck is out. So now I feel light as a feather. That's because every part of my body that's above the water takes on 12 times its weight compared to when it's in the water. When you're in the water, gravity is like 1/12 its strength, so you can be much, much lighter in water. Much, much lighter in water. So the lower I am, the easier it is for me. In fact, I could bring my feet up, kick them a little bit. I didn't feel any tippiness. Now, I'm pretty comfortable in water already, and I know how to balance my body in that position. But the lower you are in the water, the more comfortable you'll feel, even if you don't have to be that low. Like the water's at my waist, so theoretically I could stand up and feel fine, but I promise you that some of you will feel imbalanced and awkward if you stand up, even in water that's at your waist. So if you lower yourself down to here, you'll get around much easier. Getting it. All right. So one of the most important things you need to know in swimming is your body swims in 4 quadrants in order to stay balanced. Quadrant number 1 is fingertips to your head. Quadrant number 2 is your head through your upper back. Quadrant 3 is from your upper back through your glutes. And quadrant number 4 are your legs. If you want to stay balanced in the water and not feel tippy, you got to swim in all 4 quadrants. So that's why you see a lot of swim teachers, whether they know why they're doing it or not, they'll teach you how to kick with a kickboard almost immediately. Now, the reason I'm doing it with her is because we got to get our heart rates up in order to stay warmer because the water's a little chilly here today. We had some rain recently, which has cooled the water's temperature quite a bit. You want your hands at the very top, thumb knuckles touching. Your arms should stay on the board. If they fall off, there's a reason why I'll tell you later that's not so good.
Nice, good word.
Stay on the board. Now when you kick, you have your legs straight behind you and you're going to stretch as tall as you can from your fingertips through your toes. Have you ever kicked on a kickboard before? So you know how to? Do you think you can do it on your own? You usually hold the what? The back of the kickboard so your face can be in the water?
No, I don't hold my face.
You don't? Okay. So you do it just the super hard way. So she says she already knows how to kick on a kickboard, but well, she's holding the back of the board. That's a much harder way to do it, especially if you're gonna keep your face up. If you hold it like that, you might wanna put your face down. You'll find it easier. I'm actually gonna let her show me what she already knows how to do. Yeah, this is so much harder. Just chilling. Making me tired. Wow, you got some shoulder strength for days, huh? Yeah. She's got a lot of shoulder strength. Lower the legs. Now pull the board up. Now stretch. Good. Returning. Okay? You're doing it. It worked. What we're doing is getting you to swim a little bit more uphill. So like you were doing with the kickboard before, now your whole body's doing it. Lower the legs. Kick fast. Pull the board up. Okay, go, 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 go. Awesome. All right, stand up. Oh, she knows how to stand. Good. So with the board, having her stretch out really tall, she's already gotten used to kicking with the board before, so she's pretty natural. She's a pretty good kicker with the board. I'm gonna see what she does when she doesn't have a board. So I call this superhero kicking. Arms out in front, superhero kicking. And then I'm gonna teach her about why her arms and her core are related. That's good. So you do know how to dismount on your belly.
Well,
Better than you thought.
This is lower than I was.
Lower than you used to? Oh, and so sometimes you're used to trying to search for the bottom and it's not there. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, come on back to the wall real quick. I love your streamline. That's actually more advanced than what I'm having you do. What I'm having you do is actually the format in which you'll swim your freestyle stroke someday. Superhero arms, push off. Now, competitive swimmers out there watching this video, that's not what I would prefer. I would prefer the streamline. What she already knows is what you already know. That's streamline is the most important part of swimming. Whatever teacher she had before me taught her the streamline very early on because they obviously care very much about the streamline. And that's important in competitive swimming. Beginner swimming, not as much. Go ahead. Now stand up. Nice. You are dismounting the right way, but I could tell that in deeper water, you'd be bringing your head up too soon. Okay. I challenge you on the next one. Do this again. Stand up without picking your head up out of the water.
Okay.
Pick it up last. That's how you'll find the bottom in deeper water. There you go. Because you're giving your body more time to get vertical and sink down to the bottom. That's why that's working.
Okay.
When you pick up your head too soon, you're usually letting out that at that point too. You're usually pushing down to the ground at that point too. And that's too soon if you're in deeper water. You're not there yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do it one more time. This time with your head in the water and your kick behind you. I want you to reach your hands as far forward as you can. Use your fingertips to extend farther than you think you should.
Okay.
Ready? Go. Good job. All right, so here's why I want her extending. Your core and your arms are related. The more you reach forward, the more your core engages. I used to think when I was a swimmer, a youngster, when my coaches said engage your core, I thought they meant flex my tummy abs and like crunch, but really what it means is to stand up like you're being measured at a doctor's office as a child, because the more imbalanced you make yourself, the more your core engages to rebalance you, to bring you back to center. So without a kickboard, in order to breathe in a superhero position float, here's the trick. What you need to do in order to breathe from the superhero kicking drill is you need to reach your hands farther forward while you're breathing and let your legs sink lower. You need to create an uphill body position. So in order to breathe, let your legs come up, start kicking. You can stay up. In order to breathe, your legs have to be down there, right? I know, it's difficult. You knew what?
Yeah, I feel like my feet are gonna
fall in. As I started letting go with my pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is something that you don't get when watching the videos. A lot of times when I'm teaching my swimmers, I'm giving them a lot of pressure at first, a lot of support. They're pressing down on me, I'm letting them. But as they start to get it, they start needing me less. They don't press down as hard. So I start giving them less support. And she felt that pretty quickly and immediately kind of gave her some caution because she's only known me for like 30 minutes. She has no clue whether or not I'm the kind of teacher who's going to drop her or not. She's learning to trust me. Okay, so this time, need me less. Keep your legs lower. as long as you can without smacking them against the bottom. Pull your arms up. Pull them up to the surface. Yeah. Yeah. Do you notice your face started getting lower, right?
Yeah.
Her face got lower as soon as she started pulling her own arms up off the surface, because what happens then is your body goes, well, then let's not keep our head up anymore. This is a bad position to be in. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, but with her face in the water. Before you need a breath, get to a point where you don't need me. And then once I feel you not need me, I'll grab you and let you take a breath. Here we go. Face in the water. Look at that. Now, we knew you could already do this, right? Then how do we get a breath from there? Right?
Yeah.
How do we get a breath from there? You have to be able to get your breath in one inhale. So there's two tricks you can use. You can either blow your bubbles out underwater, which a lot of teachers teach, and I don't have anything against that. That way, when you lift your head up, you're ready for an inhale. Some adults find that when they come up with their air already expended fully, then they'll have a little bit of water still in their mouth as they're opening it. And then they inhale, or they don't want to inhale because they feel that water in there. So the second option, if that's you, second option is to wait to blow your bubbles out until as you come up for a breath. So you're popping the water away from your mouth and then you inhale. Okay. So what I want you to do is be able to get a breath in one breath or less. So do you know how to cycle breathe?
No.
Okay, perfect. So when you go into the water with the cycle breath, what you're doing is you're going to blow the air out through your nose as you go down, come up, breathe in through your mouth. Now, if you're getting a little bit of water dripping off of your face into your mouth, then you're ready for the oompas, which is to go underwater, blowing through your nose by saying or humming. When you come up, you're going to go pop, and then you're going to suck your air in. It looks like this. Now, the deeper you put your face in the water, if you put your whole head underwater, well, you're going to come up with a whole lot of water coming down. So it's important that you kind of wait on the pa just for a second. Watch this. Okay? All right, let's try it shallow way first, so you don't really have to wait that long. So, okay, that's all right. Come up. Now take a deep breath in. Now, as you go under and you're humming, don't be forcing it. Let it just release. So take a deeper breath. You're blowing too much out. Now breathe in. Now go under and do it again. Come up. Come up. Good. Getting used to it? Now go deeper.
Water in my mouth.
Getting water in your mouth? Then you need to be, that pause, that your opportunity to spit that out. So forget to do it again. There we go. Beautiful. Now go deeper. Yeah, see, it's a little different because you got more water coming down. Easy. Yeah, kind of easy, right? Okay, you know how to get your breath in one inhale.
Okay.
There's no less than that. All right, so let's go here again. Now I'm gonna hold you the whole way. You do the oompas. Yep. Yep, we're gonna have to do it again together. Pa. Breathe in. Good, let's do it again. Now, when you come up, you also blow through your nose. You're doing two paws, one with your nose, one with your mouth. If you can, maybe blow a little more forcefully through your nose while you're underwater so you don't need that when you come up.
Okay.
Is it because you're getting water up your nose when you put your face in?
Yeah, probably.
You're sniffing up.
Well, I think when I come out,
You're sniffing a little bit. So when you come out, you're getting a little bit of water in your nose. Now, here's something interesting, folks. When your face is down in the water, your ears and your nose cannot take in water. The only time you get water up your nose or in your ears is if you're on your back, unless you're sniffing. So there's at some point you have an instinct that's making you sniff. And it's taking in water, then you come up and you have to clear it out of your nose too. So we got to figure out how to, I think what we do is we do traveling bobs next. So you know those bobs that we were just doing a second ago? That buzz, where you're going to do them as you stand and make progress. Very nice. That looked a lot easier.
It looks a little better.
Good. Do it again. Practice so we can't get it wrong. Do you need? Getting it. I think you'll get it. Here we go. Here we go. Ah, nice. Yes. So now when you're able to lift your own head up for your own breath, you won't need the poles anymore because your breath will happen so quickly, there's no sinking.
I hope so. That's my goal.
Well, one of the things we're about to do that's going to change everything is put fins on her. Once you put fins on, it's like learning with training wheels. It makes everything easier. So she'll get it way quicker. Get a little looped up there.
Inhale enough.
Oh, I didn't inhale enough. Sometimes you need a reset. The reset button is the most valuable button you can press when learning to swim. Okay, let's try it again and then we'll put fins on it. Good. By the way, one of the reasons that I'm not starting with her with streamlines, even though I don't judge the coach who did start with her with streamlines, I always like my swimmers to be able to do two things when I start with me, beginners especially. Know how to breathe on their bellies, know how to float on their backs. Because if you don't know how to breathe when you swim or learn to swim, you're not going to make very much progress and it's going to be very frustrating for you. I understand why some people go with the how far can I get them to swim without needing a breath technique. It's because it's easier, but teaching someone how to breathe in the water gives them all the confidence they need to then teach themselves if they so choose. So teaching them how to learn how to get their own breath in the water is step number one after you help them overcome a fear of water. All right, so we're gonna put fins on you, which will make it a lot easier. What size shoe do you wear?
You're fine.
So, to walk in fins, you shuffle backwards. You never pick up the blades. When you pick up the blades, it trips you. Fins aren't meant for walking, they're meant for swimming. Fish don't walk in their fins. So you shuffle backwards and just keep your eye over one of your shoulders. And the best you can, stay low. Yep. Turn around and walk back. Never trip the fins again.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. All right, so we're back into the superhero kicking, helping her learn how to get her own breaths while she's swimming so that we can go and teach her things like breathing to the side and pineapples and freestyle swimming.
So we doing that down thing again?
Yep. Do you wear fins often? Okay. Yeah, fins don't like to live so high in the water. They want to live lower in the water. So when you're using fins, not that you should keep them completely underwater like some people love to say, but majority underwater. There you go. You're good. All right. Yeah, no, that's okay. So to dismount in them is probably making you nervous too.
Yeah.
Like how to get up and be able to walk in them, right?
Yeah.
So how good are you at floating on your back?
I don't. I can. I don't.
You can, but you don't.
I'm like nervous of it.
That's fine. So to get to dismount with fins on when you're swimming on your belly, you got to quickly twirl to your back and then stand up like as if you were from your back. It's like this. I'll show you. So you come up from behind. Okay, I'm gonna dismount you now. You're gonna twirl around and let the fins fall to the ground, heels first. So when you try to bring them through underneath your body like that, first they're gonna trip on the ground. That's gonna trip you. And then when they finally do get in front of you, the blade's still not finished coming up before you can sit. It takes too long.
Yeah.
But when you twirl yourself from belly to back really quick and let them just sink to the ground, heels first, stand right up. That's why I said I'll dismount you. There you go. Do one breath and then I'm gonna dismount you on the next one.
Deal.
Look at you, a pro. Took 2 tries. Said I don't know how to stand in fins. I don't know how to dismount in fins. 2 tries later.
Why? That's it. I'm here for 2 hours.
Let the feet linger in the water a little bit more. Yeah. Don't worry, I already decided we weren't gonna let go of you there. Yep. Now, what I am gonna help you start doing on your own is the first little push off. Hit to me. Good. All right. Sit down. You're almost ready to start dismounting on your own too. Time to dismount. Sit down. There you go, there you go, there you go. It's funny, in swimming, I like to tell people to use their caboose more than they think they should. Use your booty to twirl yourself and sit down. I'm a little close, sorry about that. Although, spit that water right in front of me. All right, here we go, folks. I get this all the time. I get very courteous subscribers who, when learning, don't want to spit on me. You need to spit in front of you. I've chosen to be what I am on purpose. I take very good care of my health. I'm okay. I do get sick from time to time from probably some water landing in my mouth. I'm not sure, but it's always from the boogery nosed kids whose parents haven't taken them to the doctor knowing that they are sick. You're fine. I keep starting too close to you. There you go, right in front.
Boogery nose.
I also know how to like when I'm gonna breathe. I'm not gonna go with her. She can spit. I'm gonna inhale at the same time. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
Closing my mouth when you're spitting, and then I usually let out a little.
Yeah.
Get that droplets away from me too. You got that last breath on your own. You had your hands on the leg. I had to force you. Good job, good job, good job. Go through it and then put it back down. Go through it again. Sometimes the cycle also helps you clear it out, because it is. If you're a good teacher out there, you tell the student what you're gonna do. You do it with them, and then you tell them how we did it the right way and how we can do it better and why they're doing it and all that. You don't trick them. You don't say, we're gonna do it 9 times and I'm gonna hold you for 7, but then you're gonna do it on your own for 2. And then trick them by not holding them on number 6. That's essentially what just happened. She was afraid I wouldn't hold her on the one right before I told her. That's okay. But if you're a good teacher out there, you won't do stuff like that. Okay. Now, you're super ready. I'm gonna hold you again. You're super ready. I want you to notice as I hold you on this one. Push them forwards. Push them forwards. See how that's gonna work? It's gonna work. It's gonna work. Okay. So you still have me here when I let you do it on your own. I don't back off. Still gonna have me here, and I'm gonna be there just in case you decided to pull down. I'll be there to catch you and say we need to reset.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Push forwards. Start. To the paw. Remove the paw. You so badly wanted to be able to rush through the breath to get your head back in the water so you didn't sink. Do the paw. It's there for you. You should kick it strong. We just did so many in a row that allowed you to hold your posture where it was with only tactile support, not real support. Here we go. Ha! You're good, you're good. You did a good job of letting your arms stay forward. You did a great job of letting your arms stay forward, almost to a point where you probably should have used them to save yourself from falling over, and I would have been able to catch you, but you're good. You all right?
Yeah.
Cool. Good job. Good job. Yeah, but you didn't reach for me until after you put your face back down because water didn't go up your nose until you put your face back down. That's when you reached for me, so you got your own breath. Let's do it again. Pa! Pa! Yes! Yes, yes, yes. So every time she got her breath, as she was sinking, she wanted to pull to get herself rebalanced. And so I started pushing her arms back up. But each time she was breathing, she was getting it on her own. Here we go. Nice job. Nice. Good job. You're getting the bounce. So this is going to be for you teachers out there. I'd call it the bounce. So, well, there's two types of bounces. There's one you can literally teach to kids or people who jump into water over their head, bounce to safety. But the bounce I'm referring to are for the teachers. And that is, as you're doing things like backfloats, you'll start to notice as the swimmer gets it with their head position, their head will get lighter and eventually they're floating on their own. But between that stage and you completely holding them up, they're in this in-between where sometimes they're on their own and then sometimes they push back against you. So that's when you start to introduce a bounce where you tell them, I'm gonna let go of one hand at a time, and your body's gonna think that I'm letting go and therefore it's gonna start to do it on its own a little bit quicker. It allows you to tap into their instincts without throwing them into the waves. There you go. I could tell that second one you might have needed just a tiny bit of support. I was there. Nice. Probably should have been there for the first attempt at something new. Should have been there for the first attempt at something new, so I'll be there on this one. Good inhale. Good inhale. That second one, you inhaled so sharply because apparently you needed it. Apparently you did a good inhale on the first one because the second one was a gorgeous inhale. Good job. Went up your throat. You were so aggressive, it went in your throat this time. Yeah. Think about the inhale being more important. It's so much more important. You
What?
She's a professional.
What?
She's a professional.
You're a professional. And go. Come up. Paw. There we go. Paw. All the way in. Go. Yeah. Slow it down by breathing all the way in for a little bit. That'll force your brain to let you breathe in. If your brain's holding you back from breathing in, you need to slow the process down and take inhales that go all the way in. deep inhales. It's a way to train your brain to breathe in while being in water. Your brain instinctually does not want you to breathe in when you're near water. So this is a good way, if you're doing whatever breathing exercise you've been given by your coach, slow it down and breathe all the way in. As you retrain your brain to allow yourself to breathe in near water, then you could speed that process back up a little bit at a time, a little bit more and a little bit more until you're back to a rhythm. Okay? All right, let's take a break. We're going to get back in by doing that. And then, no, we're going to skip that today. That's it for today for that.
Okay.
Going to our back next. Because tomorrow, you're going to get in and be able to do it easy. Alrighty, here we go for the last part of the first day. Now we're going to get her floating on her back a little bit and getting more comfortable being on her back. One of the biggest myths about floating on your back is that your legs have to be at the surface. I want everyone to know you're floating on your back if only your face is above the surface. You're still floating on your back. It's the whole point of floating on your back is survival. If you're trying to win the floating back Olympics, well then maybe you should bring your legs up. But if you're just trying to float and survive, all you need is your face. So sometimes your face and your chest is up, but everything else will start to sink. That's okay. In fact, that's how I actually start to teach the back float. I purposely keep their legs on the ground. Okay, so I'm gonna hold your head as if it were a football, and you're gonna lay it back without letting your feet come off the ground. Good, that's good. Now eventually, you'll lay it back more. You might find your feet start to slip out from underneath you, but they can stay on the ground. You don't like it in your ears? So, to get used to it being in your ears, let it go in just a little bit and then get it out. And then we'll let it go back in. What's happening is moisture's building up, so it's less aggressive, it's less abrasive. Each time should be a little bit less uncomfortable. Just a little bit in the ears. Now this time take a deep breath and then blow it out. This time take a deep breath, but blow it out farther. Now take a super deep breath and hold it. You're floating. Now sit up. You're floating.
Yes.
Already I had to give you no support. Now you said you could float, you just don't like to float, right?
Makes me nervous.
Makes you nervous, right? So, how do we get somebody to stop being nervous? How do we get someone to stop being nervous when they're on their back? Go through some psychology things. You talk about happy thoughts. I'm gonna lower the sound of my voice for her to be more comforting, and we're gonna talk about things to set her in a positive mental state as she learns how to float on her back more comfortably. Think just about how calm and peaceful this water is. It's a little bit chilly, but you're floating away in space. You're free. Nothing else really matters. Just be real. Just be grateful for the opportunity that you provided yourself by having courage to reach out to someone and drive across state lines. That's what you've done today. You should be very proud of yourself. Huge step. But the whole community of people who want to learn how to swim are benefiting from the fact that you're just floating here so peacefully today, because this makes them terrified. For you to be able to do it means that they know they can do it. Now I also want you to think about, as you kind of kick your feet a little bit, feet a little bit, they'll come up and start to float towards the surface. You're starting to move like around. Now I want you to think about the loved ones in your life who either don't know how to swim themselves or do, but they know you didn't. And think about how proud of them, how proud of you they are today, whether they know it yet or not, that you're learning how to swim. In 4 days, what you've done here today is one of the most courageous things a person can. Start kicking a little faster. Sit down a little bit. And bounce a little bit just to give you proof you're doing this on your own. Good job. Now you can sit up. Good job. Did you start to forget about the water in your ears until you stood up?
Yeah.
Good. Positive thoughts help you get used to uncomfortable situations. There's a difference between uncomfortable and an emergency. An uncomfortable situation means you can get through it under your own power with positive thoughts, with focus on your breathing. An emergency, call 911. Good. Go ahead and go to a faster paced kick. When you're on your back, you're doing the same flutter kick as when you're on your belly, but on your back, it should be half as big in size and twice as fast in repetition. This is fast in frequency. So I like to say half as big, twice as fast. And your feet. Now the pushing of the hands is doing two things. It's moving you forwards, but it's also keeping you up. You notice that? You're pushing a little bit of that water down, aren't you? That's keeping you up. Okay, but it's also moving you backwards because some of that water is going backwards towards your feet. So you'll start to move a little bit on your own. Now I'm going to give you that opportunity in just a moment. Keep kicking fast. Yep, keep breathing, keep pushing water. I'm going to pick up speed a little bit and then I'm going to let you do some of that on your own. Good. Keep going, keep going. Good. Time to sit up. Nice. So you said you've done stuff on your back. Have you ever done that? Good. You never moved on your back like that?
No.
It's a lot more freeing now, isn't it? To be able to move on your back makes the ear problem seem not so bad.
Yeah.
And as you do that ear situation more and more,
Yeah.
easier it gets.
Yeah.
Now, pretty soon you'll be so comfortable you'll be able to do it like this. Shake it out. Lower your head. Shake it out. Now I'm comfortable because now I've just got like this bubble sitting in there. It's not cold. It's like warmer water got replaced with colder water, with warmer water, and then it like settles in. Okay, so you'll get more comfortable. So we'll do a little bit more shaking on the next time through, okay?
Yeah. And when I start hitting my forehead, then I start to adapt.
Once the water starts hitting your forehead.
Yeah. I feel like my head's going down lower, so I'm just gonna go.
Now, when the water's over your forehead, here's one thing that's interesting. You'll notice that when the water's over my forehead, my chin is higher than my forehead. Well, my mouth is on my chin, it's not on my forehead. So in theory, this should be the position we want to be in. But why is it so disorienting? Well, because you're looking upside down. And nobody likes to walk or swim upside down. It just doesn't feel comfortable. So that's why it's not comfortable for you to have the water on your forehead. But if you could do that on purpose and breathe through it, it's going to make the other way not seem so bad ever again. I know it sounds strange, but get the water out of your ears underwater by shaking it, yeah, and replacing it with different water. It's not so bad. Breathe through it, get faster, and anytime you think about the ears, shake them out, return your attention to your breath, and then back to your kick in your hands. Water's gonna be over your forehead. Breathe through this. Blow it out. Breathe it in and hold it. Now you can return to normal. Without getting out, you're returning to normal. Now, believe it or not, your face is much deeper than it was before because you're more comfortable. Now stand up. When you stand up on your back, I want to see you pulling water through your hips.
Okay.
That pulls your hips down, allows you to return to nice and vertical shoulders.
Okay.
Yep, a little bit tickled, shake it out. Breathe in, go out. Breathe in deeper, blow out. Shake it between there, you can, and then when you breathe in to hold it, that's just me setting up your buoyancy as you start to kick and then turn the breathing on. Good job. Good job. Keep going real fast. It's okay to bend your knees. A lot of coaches tell their swimmers not to bend their knees. That's not true. You got to bend your knees. It gives you a better whip. What they're worried about is people naturally trying to run in the water. What they need to do is wait until they see their swimmers kick. It's 9 times out of 10, they're not running in the water. Do bend your knees to kick. Good job with the hand. You're moving pretty quickly, which is awesome. I'm going to have you look backwards at me. This is an uncomfortable situation to be in. You feel upside down. I look upside down. But it's kind of fun. It makes you feel like a kid again, almost. You're just being more buoyant by letting yourself stay lower and deeper. Look at this. Look at you. Look at you. Fantastic. I am going to turn you. I'm going to let you keep going more. We're staying in the shallow end. Good job. Keep the hands underwater. You don't need anything over water except for this right here. This is the only thing you need above water. Perfect. Turn you again. And you don't necessarily need to pick it up more to stay up. What you need to do is fill your chest up with air. Yep, keep the hands underwater, fill your chest up. Big deep breath. There, that's keeping you up. It's your chest air. And that's gonna sink you a little bit, which it won't sink you all the way, especially if you refill it pretty quickly. But you don't have a problem with sinking legs because you understand that just a little bit of kicking is all that you need. We're gonna take one more loop around, okay? Real fast. Job. Great job. Going so fast again. Chest full of air. I like how the water went up to your goggle line. That's good. Woo! Yep. And you're there. Good dismount. Good dismount. I forgot to let you practice the dismount. Made you do 30 laps before, so you forget about how to dismount. And then I was like, by the way, remember that. Good job. Huge. You're moving on your back all the way around in circles.
I close my eyes.
Close your eyes for some of it.
To help me relax because it makes me nervous.
Yeah, that's fine. Some people, I've heard it both ways. I've heard some people say that they close their eyes when I'm doing that with them on their back, so that helps them relax. And I've also heard some people, by the way, say that freaks them out because all of a sudden they're in complete darkness. And it makes them feel like they're literally in space. Good job. You can kind of go through the process on your own. You might find your own. The steps I've been giving you aren't hard, fast rules. I literally came up with them for you. Good job. Now we will go through this a little slower this time because I'm going to give you less support on the straightaways. I'll let you do it. Good job. I'm going to keep my hands near her head, but I'm not going to hold her as we go this way because she's going to start to do a lot of this on her own. Yep, that's okay. Keep everything underwater. The face will also remain up if your chest is full of air. As much as the water might creep up to here, it won't cover you.
Your girlfriend at home?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have seen some people have some sort of knee-jerk reaction where they dunk their head under.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not doing that. That's why I said it would never happen. But I'm sure if you're out there and you're be like, happened to me, that's probably because you're someone whom I've come across who has this interesting reaction. I'm not sure why, where they want contact with my hands. They think that my hands will save them. Therefore, they push their head underwater to regain contact with my hands, which is what I'm assuming is the reason why. Don't do that. Never push your head underwater, but also no need to pick it up. Get your body underwater, hands and feet, get them underwater so it's pushing you upwards. You're swimming on an uphill angle now, which for competitive swimmers is not what you want. You obviously want a downhill angle, but for learners, for beginners, you do want an uphill angle because it supports a breath. And when you support your breath and your face, you learn things much faster, much easier. The faster you go, the easier you stay up. The thing that keeps you up also is speed. Just like a boat that picks up speed rises in the water, so does your body when you pick up speed. So if you start kicking and paddling faster, watch, she'll gain speed and she'll rise in the water. You don't even have to force it, it'll happen. Good job. This is day one. She's not even 2 hours into her lesson. She's now moving all on her own on her back. All right, let's practice a dismount out here. Yep, that might happen. Don't stand up too quickly. That might happen. Don't stand up too quickly. Just let your hips drop and then clear the water out later. There you go.
That was bad.
That's okay. That happens. So maybe that's what we work on next before we get to the pineapples. We're going to practice the dismount from your back now because she's floating on her back pretty well. Sometimes I teach it first, sometimes I teach the back float first. It depends on how comfortable a person is on their back. She already had been on her back before. She just didn't like it and wasn't comfortable or good at it. So that's what we did first. Now I'm going to teach her how to dismount from her back. When you dismount from your back, you want to bring your knees to your chest, lower your hips in the water. So like you're sitting down or sitting up from bed. You're sitting up from bed. Now the knees to chest is like making a suitcase. You're making your body compact into like a ball, and then it'll make it way easier then to sit up in bed and lower your feet to where they need to be so you can stand right up. Watch, I'll show you. So you're on your back. You bring your knees to chest first. That creates a ball. From here, I'm gonna sit up in my bed and it'll allow my feet to go straight to the bottom because they're in a ball. If you try to stand up with your legs still stretched out, you're just gonna create a V and your feet will never find the bottom. You'll try to stand up and not actually have your feet directly underneath you. So you need to make sure your feet get directly underneath you in your ball, in your little suitcase. Get your feet directly beneath you, then stand up. And it's okay to stand up slowly. Don't shove your feet into the ground because you might slip off the ground. Lower your feet to the ground till there's contact, then stand up. Okay? Watch again. Knees to chest. I can wait here without even using my arms. Eventually my feet fell to the ground. I can stand up now. I'm still a little bit tippy, so I don't like my swimmers to stand up all the way. In fact, when you stand up, you're gonna stand up to where your shoulders and arms are just comfortably resting out in front of you. Just because that's the natural position to walk around in pools with. Kind of balled up a little bit. Your hands are in front of you, ready to catch you if you start feeling like you're gonna tip forward, but your hips are behind you, so it's almost impossible to tip backwards. All right, now I will also show you what to do with your arms because that's important too. So with your arms, you reach behind you, palms down, and then pull water through your hips towards the sky, towards the surface. If your hands come out of the water a little bit, it's actually okay with this technique because that'll sink you faster. Hands out of the water become heavy, so they sink you a little bit faster. Watch. Knees to chest. Palms down, pull through. I sat up. Now I didn't need to bring my hands all the way up. I can just stand up from here. Easy contact. We're gonna take it step by step. You ready? Knees to chest. Good. Now pull through your hips and sit up as you do so. Yep. All right, now we're gonna try and make it one more fluid motion. Okay. And some people need more than one Some people need more than one pull with their arms. If you need to use your arms in a couple of different circles real quick, that's okay too. Okay. Knees to chest. Pull through. Make sure when you pull through that you don't release your legs yet. Watch me again. My legs will ball up and stay balled up. Now they're just part of my body. I'm not releasing them. I'm gonna keep them balled up for as long as I possibly can until I feel them touch the ground right beneath me and I'm stable. Okay? Stay balled up. Stay in your suitcase. You're now just all arms. Knees to chest. Stay balled up. Use your arms. Yep. Stay balled up. Does that make sense? You're gonna get a little water over your face. That's why I say, take that deep breath. Max your lungs out with air before you dismount, okay?
Okay.
Okay, deep breath in. Knees to chest. Good. You're still trying to stand a little too early. Watch me underwater real quick. Get them all the way underneath you. Okay. Watch me underwater again. Even if it's like this, you've got to get them underneath your body. Shift your hips backwards. That's probably what we're missing is the sit down. So maybe we sit down as you bring your knees to your chest. Let's see how that goes. Ready? Now, sit down, knees to chest. Sit down, knees to chest. Yep. And swipe, swipe, swipe. Yeah, it was better. Sitting down as you do your knees to your chest is the way to go. Just knees to chest. I'm gonna have her now sitting herself down as she does knees to chest, driving her rear end towards the bottom of the pool. Knees to chest, sit down. Good, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. Also bring both your legs in at once. I'm gonna give you more support on the next one because I wanna coach you through something. You gotta bring both legs in at once. Yeah, cough it out. Get it out of your nose. Without going all the way back, extend your legs, bring them back in. Extend them, bring them back in. You need to tip forward so you don't stand up until you've shifted your weight. Your hips need to come back. Extend them, pull back in, shift, stand. There you go. Extend them, hold in, shift, stand. There you go. Let's do it one more time. Extend them, pull them in, shift, stand. All right, now we're ready for the big leads. I'm gonna give you more support now. Pull them in, shift. There we go. There we go. And keep pulling if you need a second pull. If you get through one pull, if you have time, do another one. It'll pull you twice as fast, twice as hard. Good. Go ahead. Shift, shift. Arms, arms, arms. Yeah, you're not using arms enough.
But you're focusing on sitting.
Yes, you were. All right, back out. Pull the arms backwards to begin with because it's palms down and they're gonna swipe through. Ready? We're gonna do it all at once. And sit, swipe, boom. Look at that. Nice. Let's do that like 12 more times. And shift, swipe. Yeah, I was gonna say swipe again to rebalance because you were about to stand up in a trajectory that wouldn't have been favorable. Good. You're almost ready for me to not support your head. Sit down a little bit faster. Bring your neck up a little bit sooner, but don't let out of the ball. Sit down faster. Head up sooner. Don't let out of your ball. There you go. Sit down fast, head up quickly. Yep, good job. You're nailing them. And remember, you can do a second hand swipe. I'm gonna let go of you sooner every time I can when I feel like you got it, but that doesn't mean you're not done.
Okay.
You might need a second arm pull. Don't stand up with me. Aggressively sit down, sit up. There you go, there you go. Notice I said sit down and sit up. That might be confusing to some of you out there, but she understands what I mean. Sit down first, sit up second. But it's almost at the same time. Sit down, sit up. Get a second swipe through, good job. Second swipe through is helping you a lot. It's helping shift your hips from still in a position that wouldn't allow you to stand, even though it looks like you could, to being back here, stably underneath. To get your feet underneath you. And ready. Wow. Wow, really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's do 6 more. Amazing. 4 more. I let you come out of my hands that time. That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. 3 more. Awesome. A little water up the nose that time?
Yeah.
Clear it.
I'm right here now.
Sweet. 2 more. Woo! Woo! Nice. 1 more. I'm be confident you've got it. That'll happen. That can't be the last one, so clear it out and get ready for 1 more. You did it! Woo! Good job. Deep breath. You did it!
Mouthful of
You
water.
didn't want to get a mouthful of water. Well, taking that deep breath in, I forgot to remind you about that.
Yeah.
Taking that deep breath in allows you to rise up first and then dismount. Listen, that's it for day 1. Thanks for following along in our journey with LaQuesha. She's learning how to swim. Today she learned how to move a little bit on her belly with her arms out in front of her, not necessarily in a streamline, as well as trying to take her first breaths on her own. Once we put fins on her, they came a lot easier, but tomorrow and the next day, they're going to come even easier as we teach her new ways to stay up in the water. You can only get through so much in one day before you need to slow down and not push one subject too hard. So then, second half of the day, we switched her onto her back, got her moving on her back, got her dismounting on her back, and that's it for day 1. If you found this video helpful, make sure you splash that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel for free, become a member today. We're going to be increasing the price of the membership soon. The people who are already members will be grandfathered in. And then also go ahead and follow us on the other social medias that are like Instagram and TikTok and all the other ones. Buy some merch. We are keeping 1 color each year. But every 4 years, as you just saw, we did our red color version. So if you missed that, sorry, you're going to have to wait till the LA Olympics in 2028. With that said, thanks for watching. I'm Johnny Rocket, and let's get swimming.